and welcome, my friends, to Genealogy Gems Podcast episode number 290. I'm Louise Cooke. A lot has happened in the year of 2024, and in the world of genealogy, that means there's a chance that we're going to really be able to boost your ability to find your ancestors. So today I have got 5 genealogy gems for you that you need to dig into as we start the new year. So let's get started. First up, we are going to talk about MyHeritage. So MyHeritage.com is one of the largest genealogy websites out there. They specialize in records. They do DNA. You can build your family tree there. Well, one of the things they did towards the end of 2024 was the launch of the Live Memory tool. If you haven't seen this, oh my gosh, be ready to be amazed. And I don't say that lightly. It takes a lot for some of us who've been doing genealogy for a while to get amazed, but this really will. So imagine the photograph that you have of a family member. Maybe it's the only one that you have. You've never met this person. Maybe this person was alive before video or film ever came into being. Wouldn't it be amazing to kind of see them in action? That's what Live Memory does. With the help of artificial intelligence, AI is getting in there and taking your photograph, figuring out what would normally, in the scheme of things, be happening in this photo if it were brought to life. And how do they do that? Well, they go through and look at all the video, all the photographs, film, things that are already online, and they figure out how people move and what they do. And so this technology is going to be able to take your photo and animate it. It turns it into a 5-second kind of live action video of your ancestor who previously was just staring at you through the camera lens. You can go check out our website, genealogygems.com. I have a link in the show notes that'll take you precisely to the page where you'll get all the details on how many that you can try out for free, what you kind of subscription that you need in order to be able to use the tool ongoing. And just a couple of days ago, they added a set of 10 custom animations so that if you want to, you can actually choose what's happening in the video. So, for example, if you had a couple in a photograph, maybe it's a portrait of them together, you can select hugging. So they're looking at the camera, but then they reach out and hug each other. Kissing. Of course, that would be interesting depending on who's in the photograph. Dancing. You could have them dancing, have them laughing, singing, and they even have a couple of options that are kind of out of this world, like zero gravity. In fact, I was checking out some of the examples over at the MyHeritage blog. They have a family, looks like in the 1960s, and they're staying in the park and they're looking off at something, and you apply the zero gravity and they all just kind of not only float up in the air, but maybe they start reaching their hands out. They start laughing about it or smiling because it's like, whoa, what's happening? So they do animate all elements that they can of the photo to create this emotional feeling. So zero gravity, that would be a lot of fun. They have this other one. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect this one when I saw it, but underwater. So the photograph is of the people in whatever realistic scenario they're in. And then all of a sudden, the picture in video form transforms into an underwater experience. So these people start, swimming around and floating and their hair is flying up and it's wild. And if you really, really want wild, you could add T-Rex. So your ancestor is hanging out by the house or standing by their car, and then, T-Rex jumps out and growls at them. And there's also rain. You could imagine if you were in a situation having your photograph taken and all of a sudden it starts pouring rain. How would you react? That's how your ancestors will probably react in the video. So you can have rain applied and balloons. Perhaps. Now, what would happen if somebody handed you a huge collection of balloons on a string? Maybe you would fly up in the air. So that may be what's going to happen when you apply balloons to your ancestors. It's a lot of fun. And I think The neat thing about this is it gives us another really fun and interesting way to share family photos and therefore family history on social media, which is where a lot of our family is hanging out. So these are perfect little clips to just grab their attention. And I do think it's an awful lot of fun to do with the kids and the grandkids. So you get together and, it doesn't have to be an old family photo. It could be even a more recent photo, but then apply some of these. So lots of options there. And the other thing, which they kind of alluded to when they first launched it, but it is now in place as of the time that I'm recording this, which is around right before Christmas, December 23rd. They have now added it so that you will have your videos that you create in the photos section of the app. So before, when they first launched it, you would create the video and they would email it to you, and then you could download it from the attached email. And in fact, when we heard kind of the preview, when I got a chance to talk with them about the preview, they said it was going to be available in the app, but that wasn't what happened right at launch. Now it's there, which is fantastic. So you're using the MyHeritage app to create the videos, and now you'll be able to access them over and over from the app itself. Photos are going to have a live memory icon on them. It'll have a play icon on the bottom of the image so that you'll know which of your photos in your app, in your account, have live memory applied to them. So you just tap the photo, then tap live memory to play your photo. You can share these, like I said, on social media. And so you can do that now directly from the MyHeritage app, straight out to Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. I fully admit I don't know what Blue Sky is. I haven't used it yet. WhatsApp and other social medias. So just tap the share button at the bottom of the screen and then select the social media program that you want to send it out to. And you can, of course, always download it to your device as well. So you can have the actual MP4 video right there on your phone. And that makes it really easy to text to other people, which I did that. We had a Christmas party here on Saturday night, and a friend of mine who I had colorized a photo for, I still had it on my phone, and we were talking about how cool that was. And I thought, oh gosh, live memory just came out. So I went and retrieved that photograph on my phone and processed it through live memory. And right there at the party, within seconds, I was able to AirPlay it up on the TV screen, and everybody could see this amazing animation of her great-grandparents from the original photograph. It was a lot of fun. So it's a great crowd pleaser. And I do want to really quickly, before we move on to our next gem, share with you a few of the best practices or tips for best results that MyHeritage has shared over at their blog. Of course, first thing is you got to make sure that you have the most recent version of the MyHeritage mobile app installed. So even if you used live memory when it first came out, you want to double check that it has been updated most recently to get all of these different options we just talked about, the hugging and the balloons and all that stuff. They also recommend that you upload an iconic family photo with interesting content. They say if you upload an ordinary selfie or a photograph showing two people standing, there is no scene really to speak of, and the output video might look a little bit boring unless you use one of the custom animations. And the results, of course, can vary depending on the resolution of the original photo and, interestingly, the angle of a person's face. If you aren't satisfied with the results, you could try uploading a higher resolution photograph or a photo with kind of larger, more visible faces. You want to give the AI something to work with in order to create your animation. And of course, we have to pump it up, which we always do here. And so I'm going to show you how you can take that 5-second video and maybe turn it into more like something 30, 35 seconds long and incorporate other items. I mean, yeah, people have shorter attention spans these days, but maybe not 5 seconds. We'll put our hopes in the new year that perhaps they'll be able to expand this technology as it kind of catches fire and give us more options, maybe longer videos, who knows. But for now, I want to show you some techniques that you can do that yourself as well. So be sure and check out the show notes. Also, when you're at MyHeritage.com, don't forget they're always adding new records. So I will have a link to some of their newest announcements. They have literally added billions of new historical records this year, so check that out. Okay, genealogy gem number 2 comes from another one of the really big genealogy websites out there, and that's Ancestry.com. And in this case, the gem not to miss is all the new records that got launched this year. They have that on an ongoing basis. They are adding to their catalog. And that's what I want to bring your attention to. How do you find which ones are new? Sometimes you head to Ancestry.com, you sign into your account, and you think, well, I've already looked through this collection or that collection. I didn't find anything, or maybe you found a little something. Well, if you head to the card catalog, skip the search fields on the main page, and under search in the main menu, go to card catalog. You can then sort their listing by date added. That is the magic way to pop all of the new content to the top of the page. So if by chance you've been doing some research in Connecticut and you have found, there is just nothing there for you, take heart, because they have new collections for Connecticut and they pop up to the top of the list. You can go in there and check them out. That's a really good reminder, I think, that genealogy never ends. We can't assume just because a collection was added to a website that it's the entire collection. It may be whatever they were able to get access to at the time, or maybe the digitized records weren't very well done the first time, they had to redo them, or maybe they're applying AI indexing, which is going to make it much easier for you to find who you're looking for. So revisiting the new records over at Ancestry.com is a must, and the card catalog is the way to do that. Our third genealogy gem for the year is coming up right after this. Today's episode is sponsored by MyHeritage, a global discovery platform enjoyed by 110 million people worldwide. MyHeritage has it all and offers a full-service experience that bridges your past, present, and future. MyHeritage has developed powerful genealogy tools to enrich your family tree and take your research to the next level. Receive automatic matches to family trees of fellow MyHeritage users and historical records, which provide new details that you can add to your tree. Explore 12 billion historical records to uncover fascinating new insights about your ancestors. Add new information to your family tree in one click. Check your tree for inaccuracies, colorize your black and white photos, and connect with relatives around the globe. MyHeritage makes it all possible and puts the discoveries at your fingertips. I've been colorizing some of my own personal family photos, and not only are they beautiful, but in many of the photos, it's actually been revealing more details so I can see more of my family history. Growing your family tree is easier than ever before with MyHeritage. The discoveries are out there and waiting to be made. Visit MyHeritage.com and try it today. That's MyHeritage.com. Imagine curling up in a cozy chair, scrolling through Newspaperscom, and discovering a family member smiling back at you in a photograph that you've never seen before. Give the genealogy lover in your life a gift subscription to Newspaperscom and make this a reality. They'll break through genealogy brick walls with access to hundreds of years of wedding announcements, obituaries, family stories, and so much more. There's always something new to discover on Newspaperscom, with a growing archive of over 1 billion pages from the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and beyond. Long after other gifts are forgotten, a Newspaperscom gift subscription will continue to delight. Make the past the best present ever. For listeners of today's show, Newspaperscom is offering 20% off gift subscriptions for a limited time. This is a great deal. Head to newspapers.com/genealogygems. That's newspapers.com/genealogygems. To get your 20% off gift subscriptions for a limited time, sign up today and embark on a journey of discovery. All right, our third genealogy gem that happened in 2024, again, is about records, and it's over at FamilySearch.org. Now, the beauty of Family Search is it's free. You just get a free account and you can start searching and building your tree. You can find records, and it really is an amazing, massive collection. If you're not ready to invest any money at all in genealogy, you can still spend the whole weekend just diving through Family Search. So one of the things I wanted to let you know that they did change this year is Family Search used to put out an email every week, and then they would tell you what the new records were. They're changing that. It's going to be on a monthly basis. So if by chance you subscribe to their record updates through their blog and you haven't seen anything lately, don't panic. They're still digitizing. They're still applying AI technology to the indexing. It's just that we're not hearing about it every week. I hope that means they've got more time to spend finding records and less time having to write blog posts for us. But you can always tune in right here, and we will share with you some of the latest and greatest collections that are coming your way at FamilySearch.org. I'm going to have a link that's going to take you directly to a couple of key pages at their website to help you track down some of these new records. But here's the other tidbit I want to give you, and that is that United States records are certainly a mass majority of records they have over there. But at some point, you're probably going to end up over the pond, right? You're going to end up in Germany or Africa or, Norway. And so you're going to want international records. Family Search is the place to go. The other websites definitely have international records, but I have to say that I think Family Search, that is really primary focus. Because it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints behind Family Search, and they have, of course, facilities all over the world, they have a real keen interest and a passion for getting these records online. So take heart. If you're looking for Latin America, you're looking for Europe, you're looking for Africa, anywhere around the world, if you haven't found it anywhere else, head to Family Search. That's your best bet. All right, so we've had the wonderful technology over at MyHeritage with the AI applied to photos. We've had Ancestry getting new records, Family Search, and that's where I want to mention the AI again, because those new records that you're seeing at Family Search sometimes are not just additional digitized images, but it's the application of AI for indexing. That's everything, because before we get the index, we're stuck with browsing. You literally have to scan page by page, and that is hugely time consuming. So to have AI technology bringing it keyword searchable is just a game changer. So that's what you're looking for too, is yes, you may have looked at that collection before, but if it says it has a new AI index, take another look. Okay, number 4. Oh, this is a gem. It's been around a long time, but it has a new facelift, and that's the Library of Congress's Chronicling America. So again, who wants to spend money when you can get something for free? If you're looking for old newspapers, you have to go to the Library of Congress first, because their collection is absolutely free. You don't even have to sign up for a free account. You can literally just start searching. So the big news about this, because you may have been to the Chronicling America website, it's got a massive collection of new old newspapers going back as far as the 1600s. But what they have now is a brand new user interface, a new website. Well, yes, that brings us maybe some new capabilities in terms of the search fields. But here's the important special key behind this. They've had other newspapers scattered around the Library of Congress website. There's the newspaper directory, which lists all the newspapers going way back to the 1600s. There's the Chronicling America, which is the digitized content, but it didn't include all of these other different special collections that were scattered around the website. We may not have realized we had that digitized image just one more click away, but it never came up in our search. Now it can. This is the magic, my friends, of the new website, is it's going to bring it all together in one search. So you're going to want to head over to the Library of Congress. Just Google it. That's really the simplest way to get there, is Library of Congress, Chronicling America. I'll have a direct link in the show notes. The one caveat I would tell you about this new gem this year is that it's still a work in progress. So they're still working out the bugs. They're figuring out what's the best way to kind of move people through the search process. So if you find it a little bit clunky, don't worry, don't give up. One, they're going to keep fine-tuning it, and a nice way to stay in touch with those fine-tunings is to check out their blog occasionally and just kind of see what the updates are. But go ahead and get in there and try it. You can't break it. You can't make a mistake. You're just going to get in there and dig around, try different keywords, use all the different search fields they have, narrow by time frame and narrow by location. And here's the other great new feature at Chronicling America, the map. So now, when we think about finding old newspapers, we need to know a location and we need a time frame. The map is going to help you literally visualize the place so that you can click on it and then start to search from there. It's very cool. I think we're going to see some new innovations with that in the coming year, but now is the time. Go check it out. And finally, our fifth genealogy gem that really took hold in 2024 and is going to be with us in 2025 and many years to come, artificial intelligence. This isn't a genealogy website, right? Although it has been incorporated in genealogy websites for quite some time, but it's ChatGPT, it's Gemini, which used to be Bard over at Google. There are a lot of different artificial intelligent websites out there. And if you are talking to other genealogists on Facebook or social media, you're hearing people talk about it, you're seeing articles in magazines, you're seeing videos and seminars. It's a brave new world when it comes to artificial intelligence. So one of the things I wanted to encourage you to do is, if you're going to start using it, keep a couple of key things in mind. First of all, it's not a person. I don't care how personal they sound or how cute they say you look today. It's not a real person, and it's really weird because as you're interacting with it, it talks to you like it's a person. And that can give you the impression or the feeling that they know what they're talking about. They're authoritative. They understood what you asked for, and that's not the case. It's a language tool. And so it's trying to put together what it thinks makes sense based on what it's already learned. So that means you're always in the driver's seat, and stay in the driver's seat. Analyze what you're getting. Think about what it's saying. Go check it out and verify it. Get more evidence and things to back it up. But most importantly, I think at this point, we're not really ready to think of it as a search Q&A answer tool. But it's amazing when it comes to translation, taking a large document, perhaps a form that your ancestors filled out 100 years ago, and summarizing it in seconds. Or taking a really long document that's about your family that you just found on another website, you upload it and you say, tell me what this is about. Does this person appear in this document? It can do so much of the legwork of speeding up the process so that you can get to the nuts and bolts, what you're looking for. So think of right now, artificial intelligence as your kind of personal genealogy assistant, just like we used to talk about Google being that way. And I think if I had to predict, I would say we're going to see it start to merge more and more. In fact, over at Gemini, we're noticing that it will say, check this at Google. So even though you feel like the experience is, oh, I guess this is owned by Google, I just asked Google this question, this must be the answer, that's not the case. Go check it on Google and then go make sure you can actually find sources for yourself to verify anything that it tells you. But it could do a lot of good to save you a lot of time. And my theory is the more time we can save, the more time we get to find more ancestors. Well, we've covered 5 gems that came out of 2024, but of course, this is by no means an exhaustive list. So while you're at our show notes page over at genealogygems.com for this episode, number 290, head down to the bottom of the page to the comments section. And I'd love to have you share what your favorite new gem of the year was. Maybe it was something I mentioned. Maybe it's something else. Would love to hear what it was, how it made a difference for you, what you liked about it. I'd also like to have your comments on your experience with any of these gems, whether it's the new interface over at the Library of Congress Chronicling America, it's a new record that you found over at Ancestry, or maybe the live memory features over at MyHeritage. I'd love to hear what has struck your fancy this year, what you're excited about doing in the coming year. And also, what do you think about this whole idea of where AI is taking us, particularly when it does things like to photographs that are not realistic, that kind of change history, if you will, the face of history. Of course, they're marked so we can tell the difference between them. They have little indicators that they have been transformed in some way. But just interested in what you think about that and maybe what your family's reaction has been to that. Has it helped open up some conversations about family history? As you can imagine, we're going to be talking a lot more about artificial intelligence in the coming year. Things are moving quickly. There are lots of important things to keep in mind along the way. So stay tuned here because we're going to be deep diving into lots of that, as well as anything and everything that comes along that is going to boost your family history. That's what it's all about here at Genealogy Gems. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. Go check out our website and consider becoming a member, because when you do, then you get our premium exclusive videos as well as a downloadable cheat sheet for everything that we do on video and in the audio podcast. So if you're a premium member, you got to head there now. Go download the cheat sheet. Thanks so much for listening, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.